Hi everyone. My Instagram and YouTube and Facebook literally just synced at the same time, so that's amazing. Hi everyone, my name is Sharda Lambert. I'm also known as Nanny Sharz. I'm an international nanny of 17 years. As well as that, I'm also a nanny mentor and an entrepreneur. I specialize in potty training and sleep training. And today we are going to be talking about raising an anti-racist child. This is so important, guys. So relevant, so important. And I wanted to end my last live, which is going to be like in a long time. Like I'm not going to be doing lives for a long time. I wanted to end it with something that is very passionate and close to my heart. Um, Talking about racism. Yeah, it's something I don't enjoy, but the work needs to be done. And I don't feel like it's spoken enough in the nanny industry. I feel like a lot of nannies that are not Black keep very quiet on it. And I want to encourage more non-Black nannies to speak up on it because it's very important to be an ally. It's very important to, when you see racism, to talk about it, challenge it, and just not ignore it. Because that's what I find a lot of nannies do. So I'm here to talk about it. Okay. Hi everyone coming in. I think this topic has brought in quite a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while. So I want to say hi. Hi Lucy. Hi Dana. Nanny Network. Hi, I love you guys. Hi, Everything Nanny. Oh, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? Trina. Oh, whoa, loads of people. It's even a new person. Hi, MK. Hi. And down here, I've got a few people, but it don't tell me who it is. So hi, I can see some of you are watching. So we have Instagram up here. You see me looking down. I'm talking to Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, guys, you've got my intro. You know who I am. If you don't know, go on my website, nannysharz.com. You can find me there. Even my mom has entered the chat. Hi, mommy. I just messaged her like, do not call me. I have to go live. So good job that you're here. I wanted to go through a few things. As you guys know, normally if you're regular in my lives, you know that. So cleavage, what your breasts are growing. So sorry guys, but you know, in my lives, I like to write notes because I can talk for England and I will forget what I'm saying. So yeah, I want to make sure I stay on track and I don't digest. But if you do have any questions throughout this live, or if you want to, join me, that would be great. Now you can have up to 4 people in the live. So if anyone wants to join, please request, let me know. Down below on Instagram, you will see the question mark. Please put a question in there if you want me to answer the question. And same here, you can just comment if you want me to answer. Let me go on the comments. So yeah, so if anyone comments, I can see it. So yeah, let's get into it. How to raise an anti-racist child. I'm going to talk first, as most of you know, about my own experience in terms of racism, some of the things that I've heard, some of the things that I've seen other nannies do that I feel could do better, and then how I, as a nanny, teach my nanny children how to be anti-racist. Obviously, this is a conversation you have to make sure you have with the parents. Some parents, again, you might have to teach them to be anti-racist too. Some people say, why would someone who's racist have a Black nanny? You'd be very surprised. You'll be very surprised. During my time as a nanny, doing it since I was 16, I've experienced loads of microaggressions, even to the point where I was in certain positions where I knew, getting a phone call, sorry, someone just called me. Even in terms of like being in the workplace, and because I'm a Black nanny, just being aware that the stereotypes of Black nannies, being lazy or, just uneducated, or even just being a Black woman. Sometimes I'm very assertive, I'm very outspoken, as most of you know. And sometimes growing up, I really used to feel like scared, not scared, but more like reluctant to use my voice, because especially in the workplace as a nanny, you think, okay, you're in people's homes, you have to be respectful as well, but also you're not going to, sometimes you get moms that micromanage, sometimes you get moms that might say something racist and not be aware that they've said something racist, and those kind of things. How do you, talk to them about those things? I've had it before with a mom boss that I worked for that said something very racist, and she didn't think it was racist. But I'm saying, as a Black woman, that is racist to Black people and non-white people. You cannot say things like that. And she was like, why? Why can't I say it? Because da, 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 da. And we literally had to sit down and have a conversation about it. And I feel like after that, she started to be more conscious of what she was saying, which is a good thing. If I could help her be more conscious, then that's better than her just spacing out certain racist things that she didn't think was racist, but I had to make her realize that you're talking from a point of white privilege because you haven't experienced these things, because you don't have to go through these kind of challenges as a white person. You, in your head, it doesn't exist. It does. It probably doesn't exist for you, but it exists for other people. And you need to be mindful because you have children that might grow up and have black partners or non-black partners, or people that are not white, and they're going to have friends that are not white. So you need to be careful with the certain things and languages that you speak, certain words that you say, because your children will hear that and talk on it. One of the things that I wanted to, there's many things I've got to say in this live. I hope I can stick to an hour because I've got loads to say. So please bear with me. One of the things that I wanted to say, which really, really annoys me a bit when it comes to racism, is hearing the "I don't see color" argument. Yeah, please don't say that. You do see color, because I am a color. I'm brown. I don't mind being called black. If you say I don't see color, you're then erasing me and my experiences, and especially other people that have had racist experiences as well. Like saying I don't see color. I know I had this conversation with a friend of mine who is white. She's a nanny, and she was like, I don't see color. And I said, whoa. I need to stop you there. Please don't say that. It's very offensive to someone like myself, because you're telling me that you don't see me because I'm not the same color as you. So you do see color because you can see that I'm not the same color as you. So saying I don't see color is, I know how you're trying to say it in terms of like, I don't mind, I don't judge people or treat people different based on the color of their skin. If that's what you mean, that's what you say. Don't say I don't see color, because you're basically just not even neglecting, you're erasing or just ignoring the negative experiences that people of color do have. So please keep that in mind. So children from as early as 6 months can notice different racial differences. So children from the age of 6 months can notice different colors and different, this person, but they're going to see the different skin tones. Yeah. So when you say I don't see color, children see color. Okay. And I'm going to give you an example of why children see color. So I've looked after loads of different races of children, but as most of you know, I showed Bibi and Doxy on here many, many times. Obviously with their parents' permission, and they were aware and they watched my Instagram and they were happy with it. But one day I was talking to Doxy, which is the older one. He's 5 now, but I think at this age he was 3. And we went out of festival. His mom told me that they went to a festival, and there was a black lady there with no hair like me. And Doxy had said to her, "Oh, look, that lady looks like Sharda." And his mom's like, "Oh, wow, yeah, like, how do you know she looks like Sharda?" And he said, "Because she's black like Sharda and she has no hair." And that was the first time his mom had heard, him say, what? How did it, children don't see color? Of course they see color. And I think it's something that had happened in school where they talked about race and things. So he started to notice. And one time I was on the train with him, was down to a museum, and there was a big billboard, and there was a woman similar to me, black and no hair like me. And he was like, "Sharda, look, that looks like you." And I was like, "Really? Why does it look like me?" I was interested to hear, because, children don't see color. They do. He was like, "Because she's got the same skin as you, and she's got the same hair as you." And I was like, "That's right." And I said, "Do you know what color she is?" And he said, "She's brown." I was like, "Yeah, and what color is Sharda?" And he said, "Brown." I said, "What color are you?" And he said, "Pink." I was like, "My brother." But this is why it's so important to talk to children from an early age about race, because even though you might not think they see race or see different colors, they do, and they notice it, and they certain features. My nanny children used to always ask, like, my lips are quite big, as you see. I like to accentuate them with lipstick, but they ask, like, why are my lips big and their lips small, or why is my nose big, or why do my eyes look like that? Like, they ask these questions, and this is not me making it up. This is things that have actually been asked by children to me. So I make sure when I look after any children, any race, any color, that they know about all different cultures, they know about all different races, all different types of people. And we live in a very multicultural society. So it's very, very important that we reflect that in the home and outside of the home. Hi, Lani. Is it Lani or Laney? Lani? Am I saying that right? Let me know. Hi, Toto. Hi, Steph. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Guys, if you do have any questions, please put them in the question box. Let me know how you, if you don't want to ask me a question, let me know how you help raise anti-racist children. So my TV keeps coming out, so you lot are just gonna have to get it. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you have big teeth. But yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments how you know, or if you don't know how to do it, let me know. Ask questions. Lainey, oh, I said it right. Hey, nice to meet you. Hi, I don't think I've seen you on here before. Welcome, and you come to my last live, so that's nice. We are talking about raising anti-racist children. It's very, very important. As nannies, we are in the home, so we have the power to teach children about different diversities and, you know, being inclusive and learning about different races and colors and cultures and things like that. It's very, very important. Yeah. So I'm going to also go on to say about children from the age of which I mentioned before about my last nanny child, the ages of 3 and 4, they start to notice racial biases. So again, it's another thing where this, oh, children don't see color, children don't know about race, it's not true. It's not true. Children notice these things from a very early age, and this is why it's important to, you know, make sure their environment is very diverse. Because if their environment is very diverse in the home as a young child, as they grow older, they're not going to have, you know, certain stereotypes about different races, and encourage them to have children of all different cultures. Yeah, and children have friends of all different cultures and races. So important. My nanny child was white, and he had a best friend who was half Chinese and half Jamaican, so half black, half Chinese. And I thought it was amazing because even though he never really saw her as any different to him, that's something she might do in her culture that he probably would learn through her. You know, he probably wouldn't have known that. So I thought it was amazing. And we've got a question. Hi, Shireen. Nice to see you. I'm moving so much, no time, but yes, a very important topic. Love it. You're welcome. Oh, wow. We have loads of questions here. Let's see. All right, let's do this one. What would be your top tips to raise anti-racist children? So I'm going to go through that for you, okay? But I'm going to do it towards the end. I just want to go through a few things that we should and shouldn't do when it comes to race. So yeah, I would definitely tell you about my top tips, how to raise anti-racist children. That will come up. Now I know how to take the comments off, so I'm kind of showing off here a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because before I didn't know how to do it. So let's go. Let's talk about being anti-racist and what it means, okay? So being anti-racist means challenging the social norms about people's races, people's stereotypes, people's color, yeah? When we challenge racism in society, sometimes we get well, not me because I'm black, but some people that are not black might get the term called an ally. So ally is, or white ally is someone that, you know, challenges racist norms. If you see someone being racist, you don't just sit back and watch, you speak up on it and you address the situation. I find that a lot of them, I even have a nanny friend that told me her family's racist. She was very comfortable to tell me that. And I was just like, so what do you do when, like, I had to, like, in my head, I'm thinking, so what do you do when you're around your family and they say racist things? Do you not do anything? Do you say anything? Like, what do you do? And it was very interesting to hear her answer, to be honest. And I just thought, that's not good enough. Because, oh yeah, they're just older. No, it don't matter if they're just a bit older. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's racist. Speak on it. And you can even say, sometimes my mum has said things before that I wouldn't class as racist, but she said things like a stereotype of someone that she'd never be around those kind of people. So I said, have you been around those type of people? No. Okay, so how did you come to that conclusion? Oh, well, no, you have not experienced it and you've not had people close to you experience it. So where have you got this information from? Yeah, so it's very, very important to, even if you have racist, not siblings, racist relatives, when they say something racist, you speak on it and you say to them, you know, that's not good. You can't say that because, and you explain to them. And I've even seen it online, especially with the whole Black Lives Matter, when what happened with George Floyd and everything. I saw a lot of white people online showing videos of them talking to their parents about racism. And it was quite shocking to hear some of the parents' racist kind of views. And I just think also it's an upbringing thing, it's a cultural thing. Like if you're brought up to look down on another race or, you know, be prejudiced to another race from a very early age, you're going to grow and be that person as an adult, right? And I always find this, who is it? I think it was Trisha when she was talking to Piers Morgan on, because I don't really watch TV, but my friend sent me this on Good Morning Britain, and she said, I hope your son's bring back a lovely black wife. And I was thinking in my head, that always tends to happen with racist parents. The children always are quite intrigued by other races and other colors, and they always end up having mixed grandchildren. And then they have to learn, because now you've got this person that is half black, half white, or mixed in other colors, and they're a part of your family. They carry your bloodline. So what are you going to do now? And it also brings up the whole royal family. With Meghan said that some members of the royal family had been had asked questions about Archie's skin color, what his skin color might be. And it's just like, if they're not racist, why would that matter? Why would that even be a question? If you're not a racist person, why would you care what color a baby is? Like that to me it weren't shocking, but it was just like, that's just so racist. Like, so racist. And the amount of times I see people online like trying to justify that is just like, goes back to when you hear racist relatives say certain things that are, not good about other races. You need to speak on it. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, well, it's just they're 60, or they're 80. They don't really know. It doesn't matter. Don't matter. I'll give you guys a story actually. I worked for this family, and the dad was Scottish. And prior to us flying to Scotland, the dad and the mom actually sat down and said, listen, we just want to let you know that my father-in-law, my dad, is racist. He doesn't like black people. And I'm like, what? You have a black nanny? And I'm like, pro-black. I'm like, I love being black. I'm so proud to be black. So why would you put me in this situation? And I was like, okay, so what are the kind of things that I have to be aware of? Or he might say the N word. And I said, well, if you say the N word, I will be pulling him up on that. And their faces just were like what? And I was like, yeah, like he can't say that in front of me, and I'm not going to say anything. Like, I'm not going to take offense to it, but I'm going to let him know that that's racist, and he can't say that because it's offensive and negative slur towards black people. And they were like, oh, okay. Like, they were a bit worried, but I just had to let them know, like, I'm not going to come to Scotland and be less black, like, dampen my blackness. Like, no, I won't be doing that. I'll still be being myself. So if your dad finds it uncomfortable, we're going to have to address this issue and be okay with having uncomfortable conversations. It's just how it is. And then, what's funny enough? We went to Scotland and the man fell in love with me. He loved me. He was like, yes, Sharda's going to come with me today. And I'm like, is it now me and you, his friend? Okay. Do you get me? So I think, and one of the things he did say, which I had to even tell him, like, you can't say that, was, I don't like blacks, but what did he say? I don't like blacks, but I can deal with you. Like, you're a nice black. And I was like, you can't say that. I had to have this conversation, and obviously the ignorance was there. It was just like, well, why can't I? The white privilege came out. We had a conversation. It was so good though that I managed to have that conversation with the granddad. Don't think it changed anything, but at least I spoke up on it. If you think about it, that was only like, well, how long was I there for? I think I was there for like 2 weeks, maybe a week. So that's 7 days of having a conversation about racism, but you've been racist for 80 years of your life. It's not going to erase it, but at least it was challenged, you know what I mean? So anyways, moving on. If you have never experienced racism, or you've never spoke about racism, or you don't understand it, it's very important that you educate yourself before you start teaching children how to be anti-racist, because you don't want to be giving them false information, and you don't want to be giving them information that you're not even sure, like, fact check it. Yeah, so make sure you educate yourself. How you can do that: you can read books, you can watch YouTube videos, you can watch films, watch documentaries, you can talk to other black people, you can talk to people that have experienced racism, and just find out some of the things that they've been through and how it's been handled and how they would like it to be handled. And one of the things that I have to give props, one of the person I have to give props for is Alexa Ray, who runs the Nanny, the Mindful Nanny Collective. She is so dope. I love her to bits as a person anyway. But Leah, you just called me when I was on live. Sorry, my cousin just come in. But yeah, so she actually, when the whole George Floyd thing happened, and everything was going on, which is quite triggering, guys, for us. It's very triggering. Like, it's very draining. It's very upsetting. It's a lot. So you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh my God, like, I've never experienced this. This is so bad. Imagine experiencing it and then seeing things like that as well. It's just, even I'm getting ahead thinking about it. But yeah, she basically called for a group of nannies, like loads of nannies to come together, and especially black nannies. And she just said, listen, me and a few other nannies that were white just want to hear your experiences. We want to learn. We want to know what we can do to help you guys, you know, to stop this. Like, what can we do as white people? And I thought that was so dope. She's the only person I feel when all this happened that actually reached out and said, are you all right? Like, what's going on? Like, how are you finding the whole events and stuff? And I have a lot of white friends. I have a lot of white friends. I have a lot of black friends. I have a lot of friends of all different races. But she was the only one that actually asked that. And I thought that was very important. And when we sat down and had this chat with all of us in this chat, hola, hi, no, how are you? We all sat down and had this chat. It was there was tears. It was very draining, but it was just so nice to speak and just hear white nannies listen and understand it. And they're putting in the work now, and still checking every now and again, like, are we doing, can we do more, or this is what we've done, which is nice. We don't always want to hear everything that you've done, because it's just for us, it should be the norm. This should be done anyway. But it's very good to have that space to talk about our experiences and not feel judged by it as well. And a lot of the nannies, white nannies, are actually shocked at some of the things that we had been through, even as black nannies. So I feel like it's just very important to talk about it. Yeah, very important to talk about, especially if you've never experienced it, which as a white person, I don't think you can experience it. You probably can see it, but not yourself. So let's also talk about just learning from other people's experiences as well. Yeah. So when you're asking questions, just learning from it and making sure that you're taking note. You're not just listening and then just going on your normal day. You're taking note, and you're like, if I'm ever in that situation, this is what I would do better. Or, calling it out is so important. Just speak on it. Please don't just see it and not say anything, because it just makes it worse for the next person. So I also want to talk about why it's important to have open discussions about racism with children, because it's a learning curve for you and also for the children. And also, I think it's very important that we protect children in a way, in terms of, like, I don't like when children have to deal with adult experiences or adult issues, but it's very important to teach children about the real world and what happens in the real world. And there's some people that are very mean, there's some people that are very nice, there's some people that are a bit confused, there's some people that, and this is what happens when some people are miseducated or don't have the knowledge that they need. One of the things that I think was very important for me is, as a Jamaican nanny, I make sure that I talk about my culture with children, and I make sure I talk about Jamaica, what happens in Jamaica, like our culture and things that we do. And that's a very good way I introduce, different cultures to children. So I start off with mine first and ask them if they're interested in anything. Normally they're really interested in my culture, actually, because my last nanny children was like, where are you from? Like, they wanted to know that. They're just very, curious which children are. Where are you from? So I was like, I'm from Jamaica. I was born in Birmingham. I grew up in London, but my family's from Jamaica. And, and they're like, what did Jamaica look like? What did they eat? What did the people look like? Like, and they look like me, and, showing them on YouTube and just books and things like that. And it was very nice to be able to do that with white children as well, because even like the youngest child, I found that he felt very comfortable around black people, very comfortable. Even like we'll be on a bus and he would like see a black woman and he'd be like, hi, and then he'd be like, why is your hair like that? Like, and just ask those questions, like, your hair looks really nice. How did you do that? Or, just little things, like if they see little black children, they just go up to them, and I love that. I absolutely love that, and I honestly believe I'm going to take a little bit of credit for that. I think it's because when I was with them in the homes, I'd teach them about different races, different colors. They have a book that's really good. Oh, can I remember the book? No, I can't remember the book. It's so annoying. But it basically shows different cultures. It's got a picture. Some of you might know the book, and it's got it's got a red Indian. It had someone from Russia, someone from India, someone from Spain, different, and it shows the different cultural clothes that they wear and things like that. It's so good, and it's really, really just it's really gonna bug me now, the name of the book. I can't remember it. I'm gonna try and remember it. I might put it up on my page. I'm gonna have to try and remember what that book was. But it was so good because it made the children see different people in their traditional attire and, you know, natural clothing that they wear, and it sparked conversation. You know, it sparked conversation. Children ask questions, and then they get to learn more. So moving on. So I'm gonna have some water because I feel like I've been yabbing, and you know when it gets dry up, you know when your sinuses get dry. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. If you do have any questions, please do put them up. I'm going to talk about how you can help raise an anti-racist child. So I will be looking down a lot because I've got notes and I want you guys to know. And Dana did ask, what are my top tips? Let me see if I can get that question back up. What would be your top tips to raise anti-racist children? So creating an anti-racist environment, yeah, that would be the main thing. And also recognizing systematic racism does exist and educating yourself on that. Making sure that you're listening to voices of people that have experienced racism, and it's important to start having open conversations about it as well. Also looking at having positive role models of different races, different cultures. My nanny boys absolutely loved Usain Bolt. Like, what I told them about Usain Bolt, and I think, no, I didn't even tell them. Their mom told them about Usain Bolt. I think they'd seen it on YouTube, and you know, they were obsessed with him, like, because he was a runner and he was really fast. And my nanny child was really into, like, but he used to think that he had like magic shoes and it would make him run really fast. He's like, I'm like Usain Bolt, you know, it's this little thing like that, which is so cute. So yeah, like even Usain Bolt's from Jamaica, like you, and I'm like, yes, he is. Can you run really fast? No, I can't run really fast anymore. Like, Charlotte, you know, hit puberty, put on big hits and everything, and then, you know, I can't run as fast as I used to when I was a little, you know, mini child. But yeah, just little things like that. It's very important. Hi, Kalisha, nice to see you. To have these conversations. So having positive role models from diverse backgrounds, diverse curriculum for children, so making sure that when you're teaching them about you know, race, that you are showing loads of different types of people and speaking about all the different cultures that people have. There's so many, like, our history is so rich as well. So making sure that you teach your children about Black history. It's very important. There's history, and then there's her story, and then there's history. So, you know, making sure that you incorporate all those things when you're teaching children. Supporting friends and family. I was going to say colleagues as well, but as nannies, we don't normally have colleagues unless it's like housekeepers or chefs or butlers or drivers. So yeah, just making sure that you support friends and family that have been through it and also have experienced it. Because, like I said, if you haven't experienced it, even if you have, it's really important to learn from other people's experiences as well. So not using the colorblind narrative, I make sure I put that in bold. Not using this I don't see color, colorblind narrative, and teaching children that they don't see color. Like, don't do that, okay? It doesn't help, and it denies our racial experiences, okay? So don't do that. Please don't do that. I wrote loads of notes. I've also put some resources here for you guys. It's not my job to educate you about racism. It's your job to do that. But I just thought, let me just do a little bit of help, you know, like, if you don't know where to start, these are some good starting points. So I will go over that after. But I also want to just continue on raising an anti-racist child. So explore your own biases. And that means having a lot of self-reflection. And when was the first time you saw someone being racist? When was the first time you've seen someone else experience racism? When was the first time you heard about racism? You know, or discrimination. It's very important. Like, I think you guys would have seen already on my page when I did a video for Black Voices, and I spoke about my first experience of racism was when I was 6, and I first came to London from Birmingham, and I had this best friend her name was Zoe, and she was a white girl, and just seeing how how white people lived. I had white friends in Birmingham, but it was very different when I came to London, because when I lived in Birmingham, it was like the white stayed where the whites are and the black stayed where the blacks are. So it wasn't really diverse. So when I went to school, and I met Zoe and we became friends, I used to go around her house a lot, and they'd never really had a Black child around. So it was just really interesting to be around someone that wasn't Black like me. And we went to a park, our local park, and when I was crossing the road, this white woman was in a car, and I remember she just looked really angry, and she was like, "Get out of the road, you N," like she said the N word. And I was like, oh my God, I was so shocked. I didn't know what it meant. I was scared because she was shouting, she was revving the engine, 6 years old, you're scared, you're frightened. So I just started running. And it's funny now because as an adult, when I look at where I ran from, it was far. It was a good, probably like half a mile, which for a 6-year-old is a long time. But I was running, I ran all the way home, and I remember asking my mum, what does racism mean? Like, what does the N word mean? And my mom was like, where'd you hear that? What do you know about that? And then I don't know if my mom would remember that actually, but yeah. And I remember my mom telling me about racism and different like color of your skin and and I was thinking, rah. I remember like being 6 and I'm a Virgo, so I'm an overthinker. So 6-year-old being an overthinker, I'm like, so people can't like you because of your skin color, and then I got really wary of white people because I'm like, well, does it mean that all white people are like this? And it's like, no, not all white people are like this. We have a friend called Zoe who is white. Her family treat you very nice, So just like, not all people are people that are not black are like this. But yeah, 6 years old, I was old enough to understand that. But yeah, that was my first experience of racism. So just exploring your own biases and be reflecting on your own experiences and in ways that it can impact your thought and your behavior. You have to get comfortable with having uncomfortable conversations, please. That is the key one. Being comfortable having uncomfortable conversations is the start of growth. It's the start of learning. It's the start of many things. Educate yourself, like I mentioned again, educate yourself, know where to go. It's not that hard. There's so much resources out there at the moment, which, to be honest, wasn't really, I don't think was really out there prior to, not as much. It wasn't highlighted as much, should I say. It probably was out there, but it wasn't highlighted as much. So there's loads of resources now that you can go online. And like I said, I'm going to go through things that where you can start. Okay. Diverse your social networks. So when I mean diverse your social networks, what I mean by that is making sure that you are looking and thinking, okay, I'm white. I don't have no black friends. I don't have no Asian friends. I don't have no Indian friends. Like, where can I learn about different people's cultures and different people? And just try and have a wide variety of friends of different cultures, because then that's the only way you're going to learn about people's experiences as well, right? So making sure that you convince your child to speak to people of color, and I say people of color, but yeah, you know what I mean. People of color, making sure that those people are seen in their social groups. So play dates is a good way of having play dates with different children, going to different social groups and attempting to, expose yourself to different cultures as well. Have conversations about racism. It shouldn't be a thing where these things are not spoken about in the home. It starts from home. Learning starts from home. So having those conversations is very, very important. And how you can even do that is by just reading a book and then talking about the book. That's a good way of starting a conversation with your children, or even doing like watching films, watching documentaries, or even doing arts and crafts, doing like puppets, different color races of puppets, and then talk to your children about different color, how do you think a black person's hair might look? How do you think a white person's hair might look? Or what do you think these people do? Or maybe something that's very important, like, for instance, like I spoke about the Suri tribe on my Instagram recently, and they're a tribe in Ethiopia, talking about that, different things, the way that the cultures and the different rituals that those people do that are part of their culture is very important. Remember that the important information has to be given in small doses. So don't just do a big dump of talking about racism with your children, because it can actually have a negative reaction, and it can actually be, go backwards in a way. Like, your child might then become scared of speaking about it, or they might feel a bit uncomfortable not talking about it, or they might just be too aware to the point where they're not actually just being children and having fun. So yeah, make sure when you talk to them that you don't overwhelm them. Okay. I've mentioned this before, but just again, make sure you put yourself in a situation where your environment is diverse. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about some media and the books and stuff that you can use. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that online. I'm going to do that after. I want to talk about teaching your children to be allies. Okay, and this is just in general about teaching your child. If they just not like just to stick up for people if they see someone being bullied or someone being mean, speaking up on those things. And that's a good way of starting, talking about kindness and how we show love and how different people express love, how different people react to being angry or, being sad, being aggressive, whatever. These are the things that it's important to talk about with your children. So teach them to be an ally. And by doing that, it's through your actions, leading by example. Yeah. Leading by example and having it. It could be different ways. Some people, I'm not really, I know this might be controversial, but I'm not a fan of protesting. I'm not. I'll be very honest. I should say I don't think it does anything. I think it helps spreading awareness, but in terms of change, I think back in the day, like when I wasn't even thought of, I think protesting definitely was very, very important. But I think in this day and age now, I don't know, it's just if it has the effect that I think we need, if that makes sense. I'm more about doing actual work. So it's good to protest. If you want to protest, do your thing. I'm just not a fan of it. But I think for me, it's about doing the internal work, doing the work within yourself and doing the work within your lifestyle. That is more important to me. So ways that you can show it, teach your children to be an ally is through your actions. Ways you can do that is through petitions, organizing events, activism, stepping up, speaking up about these things, highlighting other activists or other people that speak about anti-racism. Big up the Black nursery manager, by the way. She is like just amazing. Absolutely love her. And she's actually in one of my resources. So I'm going to talk about her in a bit. Her name is Liz Pembroke, and I just love her. She talks about racism in the early years. She talks about being anti-racist. She consults, she does consultancies for different businesses in schools, organizations. Check her out. She also does webinars and courses as well. But why am I promoting Liz? Not yet. Her time is coming after. Let me just finish talking about teaching your child to be an ally. So identify, real life experiences. Talk about different scenarios with your children. What was to happen in real life if you saw something online? Speaking up on those things and discussing it as well. And just identifying the different kind of voices that again speak about anti-racism. Also role play is a very good way as well as teach your children. Okay, so scenario role play and things like that is very important as well. And just talking about the different languages we can use, the different racial slurs that are offensive and things like that. Very, very important. And just embrace your mistakes. Sometimes you might not get it right, and that's absolutely fine. But as long as you are actively trying to do the work, share your mistakes, talk about them. Make sure your children learn from those mistakes. You learn from those mistakes. You're never going to always get it right, but you might do things that are offensive and then learn later. But the main thing is that you're doing the work. Yeah, my accent came out a lot there, isn't it? So I wanted to talk about the resources that you can use. Yeah. So in terms of being raising an anti-racist child, in terms of being anti-racist and just promoting it and doing the actual work, I want to highlight you to a few places. So let's start off with Liz first, yeah, because my love must home Liz, you know what I'm saying? She's from Birmingham as well, you know what I'm saying? From my hometown. I just love her. She's amazing. Like, at least you could sit and watch her talk forever. I'm like, next when she talks on her lives, I'm just like, you know what I do? Get my pen, I get my notebook, and I'm sitting there and writing. Me as a Black woman as well, I am learning from her. I'm learning things. Okay, oh, wait, hold on. Didn't know about that. Let me write that down, or little things. And she talked, like I said, talks a lot about early years, talking about racism in the early years and different systematic racism and ways to handle it, and just speaking up on racism and just being aware of your actions and the things that you say, and being an ally. She's amazing, absolutely amazing. That she actually has a how do I explore race with children in the early years? She has a webinar that's coming up on the 29th of March, which is like, I think next week or the week after, I think. And it's at 7:30 p.m. Guys, it's only £12. Go and do the webinar. I'm on the webinar. I went and got my ticket. So make sure you go get your ticket. It's very, very important. Even as nannies or moms, parents, childcare providers, especially people in the early years as well. And even if you're not in the early years, it's very important to learn these things and know about it. I just got a text message, so it just distracted me. So yeah, very, very important to make sure you check out Liz. She's there. Black nursery manager. Let me just at her quickly. The Black nursery. Oh, the Black nursery manager. There she is. Big up, Liz. Love her. Okay, and then let's talk about some different websites. So there's a website called Brightly, which is Bright and then LY. And they have book recommendations and tips and advice on raising anti-racist children, and also like I said, books, but it's based on your children's age, so it's age appropriate, which I think is amazing. So check them out. I'm gonna quickly type them here. That's BRI. I don't know if they have an Instagram. I didn't quite check, but I was on their website a while ago and I was like, this is really good. So it's called Brightly, and they have a book recommendation based on age. Some of the books that you can purchase for your children to read with them is hi Lucy, hi Elias, hi, welcome, hi Louisa, hi. Some of the books, Anti-Racist Baby by Imran Kendi, Kendi, I think I said his name right. Listen, that book, yeah, good starter for your children. Last Stop on the Market by Matt Della Penda, I hope I said that right. The King of Kindergarten by Derek Barnes. What different were the same. I think that was a Sesame Street one, actually. That's by Bobby Cates. I was going to say Cats. Bobby Cates. So yeah, those are some good books to read with your children, and even read for yourself prior to reading to your children, because if you read the book first, you know what's coming up and you know how to then explain something to your children if they have any questions. Also, what I quickly want to mention about Liz, she also has How to Explore the Race and Culture under 5 years old. So in the webinar, she's going to be talking about how to explore the race and culture on the for under 5-year-olds, children under 5. She also has courses that she has on her website, so go check that out. Liz has not paid me to do this. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart because I think she's amazing. She's an absolute G, John Dapper. So go check her out if you haven't already. Most of you should be following her because she's amazing, and she does the actual work for us, which she should have to do. But she's helping a lot of people, and a lot of people are learning from her platform as well. So go check her out. The Book Trust have a reading list that they did, I think, and the Natural Literacy Trust also did it, I think, for Black History Month, which technically should be every year, 365 days a year, you know what I'm saying? So they did a reading list as well, so that's really good. The National Museum of African American History and Culture, whoa, that was a mouthful. They've also done quite a lot on talking about race with children and have loads of resources on their website as well. And also, it's very important to watch documentaries, watch films. YouTube videos are very good. Watch debates about race. All these things is really good to do with your children. Very, very good. And I have a friend that I want to shout out. Her name is Dominic. She's absolutely amazing. She's raising a mixed race little boy who's amazing. His name is Arlo. You've probably seen him on my page as well. And she, when I say she's an ally, she's a true definition of ally. She does her research. She teaches her son about, you know, race, people that look like him. You need to write these down. Yes, write it down, Louisa. I'm gonna put this on my my IGTV. Sorry, my brain just went away. Okay. So I'm gonna put on my IGTV for you. So make sure you watch it back, share it. You know, tag a friend, tag a parent, tag a childcare professional. And just, yeah, you can write notes. I talk very fast, so I apologize. You can stop and start, like pause and stuff, and watch it back. So that is me done. Do you guys have any questions? If you are still here with me, thank you for rocking with me. What I would love to see some purple love hearts to let you know that you've learned something new, or you've learned something in general. I've helped in some way, or you just enjoy hearing me yab to you guys for the past hour or 50 minutes, should I say. Talk to me. Oh, thank you. Oh, how can I forget Nanny Miss Monique? Hey, guys, Nanny Miss Monique, she is a go-to person for books, literature on racism, diversity, inclusion. She is your go-to person. She's a dope nanny in Chicago. She's also a mother as well. Go check her out. I wrote your name down as well. Why didn't I? I'm so sorry. You're absolutely amazing. And she, when I need books, I'm like, Monique, I need a book for this. Where can I find it? And she was just like, boom, 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 boom. She can even do your children, create you guys, your children's book library. Check her out. She's amazing. Anyone else on here? Oh, Danny, you're still with me. I love you. Thank you. Kalisha, thank you. Lani, thank you. Lainey, I'm getting it right. Not Lani, Lani. Let me go back to what you said, because I don't mind getting people's names wrong. I'm very, very big on that. So let me just double check, because I don't want to get your name wrong. I'm very sorry if I did. Lainey, that's it. I got it right. Lainey. So yeah, I will need to watch the beginning again, but love what I have seen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. These were great recommendations. Thank you. You are most welcome. I appreciate you. Oh, good, thanks. I was taking screenshots. You got me like this. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. You're so sweet. And you're so sweet. Thank you. I'm going to share this great life. Thank you. Sharing it really helps other people. To be honest, yeah, I have a lot of people that pre my page, because what will happen is I have you that in my live, I speak to you, and then I get notifications after this, like 400 people have watched your live. 600 people have watched your live. I'm like, you don't watch. You know what I mean? You don't want to see, you don't want to come in the live, but you're watching after. So I see you, see me, I see you. Okay? You watch this back on the replay. I see you. Instagram tells me that you're watching. I'm joking, it doesn't, but I wish it did actually. So wonderful information. Thanks. You are most welcome. Lenny, let's see, early inspiration will watch back from the beginning. Thank you. I appreciate you. Check out Liz as well. Check out Nanny Miss Monique. Check out all the different resources I said. Like I said, I speak fast, but on the replay, you can pause it. You know what I'm saying? You can pause it. Say, shut up. Okay, talk again. Shut up. That's probably the only time you can control me. No, you look great always. Thank you so much. Guys, this is my last live that I'll be doing for a long time. Because you guys are here, I'm going to give you guys a little exclusive, you know what I'm saying? So Sharda, myself, I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the first person, don't do that. I'm going to be traveling a lot again. You know, as most of you know, I'm an international nanny. I do a lot of traveling, nannying. I'm going to be traveling a lot. I'm going to be doing some work in the Middle East, which is one of my favorite places, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm going to be going all around. I'm going to still be based in London, but I'm going to be traveling quite a lot. So, yeah, guys, I'm booked and brother. So that's why I can't continue to do the lives, because especially when you work with high net worth people or celebrities, sometimes there's no schedule. You just need to be available. And also, I'll be working at 6 days a week, so I'm not really gonna want to come on Instagram live as much, but I might, you know, do a little impromptu live, and I'm saying like, hey guys, I'm still here. Hey, thank you guys, I appreciate it. You know, I'm normally someone that likes to travel a lot, and I've not traveled in a year, which is unheard of for me. Ask anyone that knows me, they'll be like, sure, I ain't been on the plane in a year. Okay, is she ill? Is something wrong? But because of COVID, you know, COVID being an absolute enemy of progress, I haven't been able to travel. I could have traveled, to be honest, but I just didn't feel safe to travel, if that makes sense. So now I feel like, okay, it's been a year, get on it. And this job found me. So yeah, I feel like it's a sign from above. So thank you guys. Liz is amazing. I'm going to have a look at your other recommendations too. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Kalisha, stop laughing at me. Congratulations. Thank you, Nanny Miss Monique. Congratulations. So glad you are able to travel again. Thank you, Kalisha. Congratulations. I just got back from working in Dubai for 3 years. Oh, no. Interesting. No. Oh, man. Would have been able to meet up with you, you know? Oh, man. You're back in London. Dry up London. That's exciting. So jealous. I wish I could travel. You could travel. Why are you not traveling? Hold on me, let me know, because if you want to be a travel nanny, I can help out with that. But yeah, you can still travel. There's loads of nanny families abroad looking for people. So yeah, like I said, this job found me. I didn't find this. So yeah, definitely look into it. Right, guys, I'm gonna go chatting off your ear. I'm gonna go. You're not gonna see my face on live for a while, but I will do videos on my page. If you're not already, please go and follow my YouTube. My YouTube is Nanny Sharz, so youtube.com/Nanny Sharz. Please go follow it. I'm going to be doing a lot more content on there. We'd love you to be, yeah, so please message me and I'll tell you how to be, I'll help you out with being a travel nanny. I also have an ebook coming out, and it's going to be about different interview skills. So the ultimate interview guide for finding your dream nanny job. Okay, I'm going to help you out with that. I also have more ebooks coming out that are going to be talking about how to get into travel nannying, how to find work, how to work for high net worth individuals, celebrities, all that stuff. All my tips, everything, all my knowledge, I'm going to put into ebooks, and you guys can buy them and in action. The different services on there, you can see my testimonials, you can see the different press articles, and the different press that I've been in, and you can learn a bit more about my history, my background. And then if you are on social media already, you follow me here on Instagram. But if you're watching and you don't, make sure you click that follow button. I know you be my DM girl, and that's fine because we friends, you know. So you can find me on Instagram at Nanny Sharz. You can find me on Facebook at Nanny Sharz Official. Please go give it a like, share. You can find me on LinkedIn at Sharda Lambert. Twitter is Nanny Sharz. TikTok is Nanny Sharz. TikTok, all that stuff. TikTok, yeah, on there. I need to post more often on there. I'm on TikTok. What else is there? There's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not on Snapchat. Someone said I should start doing the Snapchat. I used to be on Snapchat, but I'm not on anymore. I don't know if I should get one again. But yeah, follow me on social media, Nanny Sharz Official Facebook, and Sharda Lambert LinkedIn. So yeah. Oh, you love my emails. Thank you. I like them too. I'm going now. Take care. If you've just come in, please watch the replay, share it, let everyone know. This one is very important. Raising your children to be anti-racist is very important. We all need to make sure we're doing it, no matter what color we are. I love you guys. Thank you for rocking with me for the past year. I appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to just giving you guys more information, more content. Please feel free to send me messages. Let me know what you would like to see more of. I love to hear from you guys. So please let me know. Take care. Bye. See you later. Okay, I need to go now. Bye, guys. See ya.